Hey, what's up, fellow lovers of comics? This is the Pop Culture Candy channel here on YouTube. This is my first video, so figured I'd throw my hat in the ring with everybody else out there who puts content out. You know, I wanted to go in a direction of not just being locked into, just comic books, whether that be speculating or investing, but just, other forms of pop culture as well, whether it be music, movies, bands, going to shows, guys who collect records, I still got my vinyl and stuff, so I just kind of want to incorporate a little bit of everything. I know everybody's got different backgrounds and, what they're really into, but we're all basically comic book collectors. Obviously, if you clicked on this, you're a lover of comics, or pop culture for that matter. But, I would like to, start off by just, talking about comic books and, the things that get us by every day. And, it's enough with there's enough bullshit in the world where, we need a little something just to, just forget about all of that and just, be a kid again, And, as far as me, I've been collecting comics for, I don't know, like 40 plus years. I mean, I'm 52. So I've been doing this a long time, when I was probably I don't know, like 6, 7, 8, my uncle would come and visit me and just bring me stacks of books, mainly Marvel. I mean, there would be a couple DCs in there, but it was basically, I love Marvel, even when I really got into reading and, I just felt like the artwork was better. The storylines were better. The characters, I just felt like Marvel had the definitely edge over DC. DC's got the history, but I think Marvel really, really, had their, they knew what the fans really wanted when it came to relating to a superhero, But, it's amazing how, comic books always reflected what was going on in culture, but Marvel really, really had, brought it to another level. What Stan Lee did at Marvel was just, come on, Stan Lee, it's just the whole thing, I'm basically, I've been doing this for so long. I go out, I hunt books, I don't care, over the years, I kind of changed my, my form a little. At one point, I was just really, really into collecting and, just preserve. I didn't care what condition the books were in. I just wanted to save them. The way people treated books, I was just like, man, these things are they're pieces of history, and I gotta, I gotta preserve these things. I kind of scaled it back a little, and now I only really collect what I want to collect, but mainly I'll go after key issues. I watch a lot of forums. I'm always on my comic shop, seeing what's selling, what's trend. As far as trending, I'm not really that into new stuff. I keep tabs on what's new, and when I'm out hunting, if I see something that, I know people are into, I'll pick it up. If I can flip it, and if I can sell it, make a couple bucks, I could trade that book up. I'll upgrade my, even if I just find stuff that I already have, I'll obviously take the better of the two books and sell my second copy if I really don't love the book that much and I want two copies, one to read and one just to tuck away. But, I go to a lot of state sales, a lot of garage, especially in the summertime. I know being in New York, right now, that ain't happening. Maybe you'll get a couple of state sales here and there on the weekends or something, but for the most part, it's basically seasonal, and just, I'll be driving down the block. If there's a garage sale that I don't even know about, I'll just roll down the window. Hey, you guys got comics? And if they say, yeah, awesome. I'll pull over, come in, see what you got. If no, okay, thanks anyway. Best of luck with your sale. Just be on my way, whether that was announced or not, but I love collecting. There's so much great content on YouTube that I decided I was going to throw my hat in the ring. I watch Journo's comics. I watch Dave with Comic Book Investments. I watch We Love Comics, Reggie Collects. All of these guys, I really, really, really enjoy, what they're doing. And, Journos, I like the way he's got a way of talking to the people that I can kind of relate to, I just think it's great. He's bringing, he's bringing something. I just like to bring another another angle to, to everybody else, what they're going on, I like what Dave does. He'll analyze, what are really good investment books. I love getting key issues now. Really, that's kind of what I narrowed my collection down to. I'll just save and set my focus on a book that I really want. For a while I was, I was into collecting Golden Age, but that's just, it's just too expensive. It really is for a condition of a book that I want. There's no way I'm dropping. First off, I got my own bills and stuff. This is just like it's just my side thing. Being a guitar player. That's another area that I kind of devote a lot of time to. That's like my therapy. But this is therapy too. There's nothing wrong with going out and finding books that you really, really enjoy, whether it be reading them or just the artwork, or like I said, I try to collect runs. I got right now I'm working on G.I. Joe run. I'm like 90% done with it. It's the later issues, obviously that those are the ones that are harder to find, because that's when they were, less printing. They were phasing out, but I'm like 90% done with that. And when I'm done with that collection, that's going to my nephew. His name's Joe, so I always call him G.I. Joe. But and if you're watching, they'll eventually be yours, buddy. But I collect Ghost Rider's like my main guy. I love Ghost Rider. He was always, ever since I was a kid, and like that brings me, I got a complete run from, Marvel Spotlight 5 all the way through. I think there's 81 issues. I believe 81 or 88. Might be 88. I think there's 81 in Tomb of Dracula, I think. I could be wrong. I know it's in the 80s though. But, I would love to get some Golden Age, Golden Age Ghost Rider, the original Carter Slade. I got the first 1 through 7 Western, but Carter Slade, that's where he originated in Tim Holt. Tim Holt was like, she was like a Roy Rogers, of the 50s. He was like cowboy, and that's where Ghost Rider originated. And he was like a little short story inside the Tim Holt books, and then it got so popular that he got his own series, and that was all done under Magazine Enterprises, was the publisher of that stuff, and but to get, one day, hopefully, I'll put a little more effort. First off, they're really far and few between. I've never found anything like that in the wild, ever. Never came across a Tim Holt book in the wild. I go to a lot of flea markets and stuff and estate sales. I always keep my fingers crossed, But like I said, I just love Ghost Rider. And that brings me back to the fact that how Marvel always, how comic books always reflect what's going on in society at the time. You had, Ghost Rider was a direct, they turned him into a motorcycle guy. Who was big at the time when Ghost Rider came out? You had Evel Knievel. Every kid, including myself, was riding their bicycles around, breaking bones and getting stitches. And, everybody wanted to emulate Evel Knievel, man, building ramps and just doing crazy stuff, And then you also had the, the whole Hell's Angels thing, that whole, mysterious, like I remember being a kid and, growing up in Brooklyn and, seeing, be like Hell's Angels riding down the block. Whoa, like, wow, but, and like I said, there's a lot of great content. I watched great episode of Journo's comics, and he was talking about, he was thinking about stopping doing what he was doing. I don't, I mean, if it's impeding in your life, yes, but if you're going to stop, he was like saying how, there was like so much negativity and stuff, and it's a shame, I mean, who cares how anybody collects, for what reason they collect? I don't think, some people say, speculators are hurting them, hurting the industry. And that's just, who cares why anybody collects anything? Everybody's got their own preference on what they do and why they do it, I mean, even when I can correlate it to, just being a musician, I mean, I just happen to play guitar. There's somebody who loves to play violin. What I'm into musically, somebody is on the other side of the spectrum. I mean, I'm into metal, and hard rock, and but on the other hand, I like disco. I like rap music. I like Madonna. I'll play Madonna songs on my guitar. That doesn't mean that I'm any less of a lover of, metal than somebody who doesn't listen to Madonna, or, whatever, I mean, just because somebody decides that they want to collect comic books as an investment purpose, that's whatever you're into, really. I mean, buying a book now is, I feel bad for the kids. I really do. When I was growing up, it was like, 25 cents, get your book, gee, am I going to comic book or a candy bar? Yeah, today I'll buy the book, but now it's like $6. Well, who's got $6 to spend on a book? I mean, but even though the material's not really, kid friendly anymore, and that's a whole other story, but basically, I just want to, I'm just throwing my hat in the ring. I hope you guys enjoy, I hope you guys enjoy what I'm talking about. And, it necessarily doesn't, we could talk about whatever, I mean, I hope you guys like this, subscribe. I get a bunch of people, and, I'll do a late night chat, not late night, but, for me, all right, for me, late night would be like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, because I'm usually in bed by then. I'm up at 5 in the morning. I'm a union carpenter, and we start at 7 o'clock in the morning. But we could talk about anything. Really, it doesn't matter. Bands you're into, bands you're gonna go see, what shows you've seen. I mean, growing up, being a teenager in the '80s, I mean, Motley Crue, Metallica, Ozzy, I mean, it was such a fun time. We could talk about stuff like that, and necessarily don't have to talk. I mean, we could talk about comics too, of course, I mean, I'd love to show you guys some books and, get your opinions and, your insight, what you're collecting, give me some ideas, I mean, I love being able to find a book for, cheap, and, and, if it blows up, here you go. How much you want to give me for it? Sure, no problem. Here you go. I'll find it again. It's the thrill of the hunt. I mean, I love it. I'll upgrade my collection, and the hobby pays for itself. So the people who get down on people for doing that, come on. We live in America. This is a capitalist country. You don't get into the stock market because you want to lose money. So as far as investing in books, I think there's so much, but I have so many great ideas that, I could speculate on things, I think there's a lot of like Silver Age books that are just very, very undervalued, and they're getting harder and harder to find. They're going away. Either people got them and they ain't putting them up, or they're just less and less, They're like the Golden Age stuff that's why it's so expensive. Obviously you had the war effort, and that was the first thing that was scrapped was the paper, and that's why, and obviously people take care of, when you buy a book now, it's, everybody immediately puts it into a bag and a board. So if you find a book from, going back to the 30s or the 40s, that's in pristine condition, that's just unheard of back then, because it was just reader material, it was just, it was kid stuff, but, I hope you guys, pop culture candy, I hope you guys enjoy this, and, like, subscribe, give me some comments. I'm trying to keep it laid back a little. I don't know if you want me to be more uppity, I definitely can. Being from New York, I can get a little boisterous. Okay. But, all right, I hope you enjoy it. All right. See you soon.